Hey, good afternoon. It's Brian Stevens. I'm with eXp Realty, and I've been a licensed realtor for over 20 years and still learning and growing. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. This is going to be a video that is going to be short and to the point and concise. Let's get your home ready to go on the market. So I have been working with buyers and sellers for, again, a long time. And I know in selling your home, this is a list of items that you could Google stuff and see this all over the internet. These are my top suggestions when you go to put your home in the market. What I feel is just things you should really pay attention to. Okay, so number one, it all starts with a curb appeal. When people drive up to your home or do a drive-by, they've got to know that your home pops from the road. If it doesn't look good from the road, they many times don't want to see the inside of it. So good curb appeal is really, really important. So what you can do is also pressure wash the house, the sidewalk, the driveway. Get a good basic pressure washer to give you a nice job cleaning up the house, get rid of the cobwebs, the dirt, that sort of thing. You can generally get this done within a couple weeks. We always suggest doing it probably a week before closing, before you list it. That way it looks really good when we get photos taken and video. And so you're strong coming out the gate. So pressure wash that house. And again, if you need resources for this, I can help you. The second thing is to add fresh mulch, maybe some new landscaping, something that's going to help, just again, your curb appeal. So maybe trimming the trees, the shrubs, the yard needs to look fresh. It doesn't have to be like the perfect Better Homes and Garden yard, but it needs to look really good and fresh and freshly cut and just needs to look good again from the road. So number three is this. You may want to paint your entrance door. So maybe just a fresh coat of paint on that, maybe even some new hardware when they first open the door. First impressions, as you know, are everything. Studies show within the first 4 to 5 minutes, people already make up their mind if they kind of like your house or not. So the first impressions, meaning from the curb appeal, walking up to the house, looking at the landscaping, the mulch, front door, all this is really going into their buying senses if they want to do something on your home, make an offer on your home. The next thing is you may want to buy a new doormat. Just go up to Lowe's or Home Depot, get you a $20 doormat, something basic, just not one that's got a lot of wear and tear, been there for 20 years, and that looks terrible. You want a fresh look when the buyers are walking up to the house. And the last thing on the outside is this. Keep your porches and your decks uncluttered and clean. So on the outside, or on your front porch, front lanai, don't have a ton of plants, hanging plants, potted plants, maybe one or two to keep it, nice and warm, but don't have too much stuff out there to where they can't even see how roomy the lanai is. So maybe a chair or two, depending on the size of your lanai, the size of your porch, maybe something nice and warm. But again, don't overdo. Less is more, less clutter the better. So that front entrance is huge. Now let's go to the inside of the house. The first thing is this. Unclutter your house. Thinning out your rooms, your walkways, your closets are going to help show off how much space you actually have. So unclutter your house, get rid of stuff. You're moving within a certain amount of time frame, 30, 60, 90 days, 120 days, you're moving. So here's the thing, start to unclutter and get rid of stuff. Put it out by the road. People will pick up anything. Call your local Salvation Army, Goodwill. Right here in Lakeland, we have Lighthouse Ministries. Go to Facebook Marketplace, get rid of stuff. You're going to be moving and you're going to be glad you don't have as much stuff to move when you're packing and you're moving and you're paying somebody to move you. Get rid of stuff. It really is cleansing to the soul in a way. So unclutter your house, super important. Also, depersonalize your walls and your spaces. Again, less is more is my favorite saying because it's so true. Because you want buyers to visualize their items going on your walls. Now, my favorite example is this. When I went to list my mother-in-law's home 18, 20 years ago, I went into the hallway. And this home was a ranch style built in the 70s or 80s. Your typical one where you go down the long hallway and all the bedrooms are at the end of the hallway before split bedroom plans were a thing. And they had a bunch of family photos. And of course, it was of my wife's family, so good looking family, nice photos. But there was way too many of them on the walls. Way too many. It was like the whole family history, right? Now I'm kind of overdoing it, but you get the point. There was a lot of family photos on that. And as you walk down to the hall to go to the bedroom, all you saw was family photos. So now there's nothing wrong with stopping, observing, okay, here's who lives here, this and that. But when you got so many family photos, they can't visualize their family photos up there. They can't visualize themselves living in there. They're a little distracted and overwhelmed with that. So by depersonalizing that, and I had to let my mother-in-law that, and she said, okay, whatever it takes to sell the house. And we sold it within, I think, a week. When you do that, it allows other people to really get acquainted, feel warm and fuzzies, feel like, okay, I can see myself and my family living in this house. So depersonalizing is huge. Here's a simple thing: replacing light bulbs and broken window treatments. You do want a lot of light in your home. So you want the rooms to look light and bright and cheery and open and happy, if you will, but a lot to replace any kind of light bulbs. If something looks dark or dingy, you make sure you can let the light in. When we do photography and video, we always crack the blinds to let as much light in as we can. So replacing light bulbs with something brighter, you get the idea. In your kitchen and your bathrooms, countertops should be free of clutter and debris. So you want people to see your nice countertops. You want to show off how much space you've got in your kitchen countertops. Now in the kitchen, I usually say, it's okay, maybe have a toaster oven, a knife set, some, a flour jar or whatever. Make it nice and warm, but just get rid of most of your clutter, right? Put it in the pantry, put it in drawers, put it in cabinets, put it underneath somewhere. You want it to be kind of warm and nice, but you want people to be able to, again, visualize how much kitchen counter space there is. And same with the bathrooms too. A few little things on the bathroom counters, but other than that, hide all your stuff, get rid of it, and you'll be happy and glad when you do that when you start packing your boxes. Okay. Then the next thing is this. I know carpet is not as much of a thing anymore. We have a lot of ceramic tile, luxury vinyl plank flooring. We have a lot of wood floors. But if you have carpeting in your home, consider doing this. Consider steam cleaning it. Again, about a week before you go on the market, get your local carpet cleaner vendor to come out, and we've got some if you need some, to clean your carpets, to freshen up, kind of just draw up any smells you've got in there from pets or just wear and tear. It'll just look fresh. And sometimes if carpet has got maybe a year of life expectancy left, it'll help give the buyer a feeling of, I can hang with this carpet for a little bit. We're probably going to replace it, but it gives them maybe not immediate sense of, we've got to replace this right when we move in the house. So steam cleaning the carpet is a great idea. The next thing is this: deep clean your entire house. Hire a cleaner, best money you're ever going to spend. Have them come in and do a deep clean on your house. Now, if you guys want to do a family cleaning and you can do that and motivate the kids and the spouse to do that, great. But if not, spend $300, whatever that would be, to have somebody deep clean your house. It will really freshen up the baseboards, any loose cobwebs, wiping down the blinds, just doing a really good, nice detailed clean. It's a great way to spend and invest in your home to really get more whenever you start to get offers. The next thing is this: you may want to consider painting any walls, any dark accent walls that just kind of are too loud. You may want to paint something neutral, something lighter, something more fresh, something more welcoming, or doing any kind of touch-up paint in areas that are in the main traffic areas. You don't want buyers coming in right away and thinking they have to do a lot of painting, so touching up is always a good idea. Your rooms should always look very spacious and open. So don't have things in the hallways and the pathways where buyers were going to be walking around. If you've got end tables, if you've got chairs in areas where, they're trying to flow in the house as they tour it, you want to have those items put up. You want to have them in the garage. Loading up the garage with stuff is fine, but just don't have a lot of stuff in the house so they can flow around the house more. And again, to give it more of that open look. Just two more things: staging for optimum look and feel. You may want to consider having somebody give you some coaching on staging. Myself and my team as a real estate agent, we don't mind giving you a few hints on maybe what to do as far as staging, what to do or not to do. We're not professional stagers, but we know enough what is going to look good in photos, what you should maybe move, what you should consider getting rid of, or getting just kind of putting away or putting in storage. So staging it for a really nice look and feel. And the last thing is this: have a nice fresh smell in your home when people first walk in, but don't go over the top with air fresheners and something that's just so strong it makes people go, oh my goodness, what is that? And it just kind of knocks them out, right? Pet smells are not a good thing in a home when you first walk in. And also having too many strong candles and air freshener can trigger people's sensories and their allergies, and is also not a good thing. So just a good fresh smell, something really basic, something generic. You want to have a good first impression. Okay. So I hope these things have helped you. I've got these items in writing and I give it to all my clients, and I'm happy to pass it out to you. If you'd like me to email it to you, to text it to you, that'd be great. My contact information is below in this thread on this video. And again, would love to help you represent you in selling your home. Love working with home sellers, and I've had a lot of success in Polk County in my 20 plus years in the business. Love seeing my folks get excited about getting top market value for their home, and just want to help your family in your transition. When you're selling your most important, valuable asset, typically in your life, it's kind of a big deal. So good thing about what I mentioned here, I don't like to encourage you to spend a lot of money when you're getting your home ready to go on the market. In fact, if I can encourage you just to do some sweat equity, get a handyman to do some really basic things to really get more top dollar on your home, it's awesome. It's great. So I hope these things have helped you. Again, love to have a conversation with you. Feel free to text or call me. My cell phone is right below this thread, but it is 863-647-8600. Just remember, whether selling or buying, you got to call Brian. Have a great day. Thanks.